Hello, everybody out there. This is Melissa from S.P.I.R.I.T. We are back at it. We're out here in Granite Bay helping a family this evening. So far, I don't know the exact claims, except for they have activity and they need to know who, what, when, where, why, how, and most of all, how to resolve it and how to live in harmony with whatever energy may be here. As you may notice, there are gloves happening. I do have my little handy dandy face covering if necessary. We've been sheltered in place for a while. We've been teleworking, so we are coming prepared and tailoring it to each client's needs and desires. They have attested to being healthy, strong, doing well. We are doing the social distancing, so we are doing everything we can at S.P.I.R.I.T. to be mindful of all of the protocols. This is our first full investigation since late February. We have just kind of been taking mostly phone assessments, phone readings, and consultations, that kind of thing. And so we're excited to kind of jump back into the pool and assist clients that definitely deserve it, definitely need it. They're a wonderful and beautiful family, and they just want a little bit of help and a little bit of answers with what's making them feel a little bit questionable in their space. All I really know is we were called by the man of the house, the dad of all. He just said, hey, we've got some weird activity. I don't know. I'm not really sure. Can you guys come check it out? So here we are. And of course, the most important thing for us at S.P.I.R.I.T. is finding resolution. I have my complete cleansing kit available to me, and we will be blessing the space at the end of our investigation, just so everything can be calm and soothing and just balanced for these clients. So we want everyone to just enjoy their home and their space. I've been kind of bubbled up, to be honest, before I got in the space, and so I'm feeling some energy a little bit. I'm just trying to figure out what it is. I'm trying to get a beat on it a little bit. There's definitely a deceased female that keeps talking to me. She's seeming to be more of a protective energy. I'd put her maybe in her 50s. Give me a little bit of fluttering in the chest, a little uncomfortableness, a little tightness. Feeling a little difficulty with the breathing, and also I'm feeling just a little pressure overall in the whole abdomen. Neat little lady though. I want to say she's probably a brunette, but she's kind of hard to see. She's not stepping forward very closely yet. She's kind of indicating that she might help us figure out what's happening in the space. So that would be nice. I would like a, paranormal tour guide. That would be useful. And there's a few other energies that I'm feeling, but I haven't engaged yet. I feel like going down that hallway, I'm going to have experiences. There's going to be sounds or footsteps or things happening down that hallway. I'm almost positive that they're going to be almost like a male figure pacing down the hall and coming into the rooms. And somebody says that they're showing me a picture of sitting down and having a tea party. They're having a tea party with someone. So I guess we'll figure them out. We'll talk to them. We'll see if they want help or if they need help or if they're just here to have a good time. Maybe they're connected to the family or maybe the previous owners of the space. Hard to tell. Yeah. That's why we want to talk to these spirits. We want to figure it out, and we want to help our client and do so safely. So basically, when I do the cold walkthrough, I don't want any leading information, anything more than just validating anything that I pick up that you find relevant or that made sense to you, including in my intro. If there's anything that makes sense to you along the course of the evening, you could just say, yeah, that resonates with me, or that doesn't, or, or I'm not sure, that kind of stuff.
Yes, it did.
Oh, okay. So there was something that spoke to you. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, then we will narrow that down, and when we kind of have after we do our baseline, sort of walk through, you can validate the things that you found relevant. I keep seeing somebody standing, like a dead person, standing and looking out there and almost making noise. Like, this one seems a little bit like they might make a little bit of racket sometimes. Oh, it's just the dog, or oh, it's just one of the kids. But then they're all accounted for. It's kind of a little odd. Yeah, something's definitely walking around in there.
All right.
Ooh, that chest pain is hitting me a little bit more with that woman's following me again.
Yeah?
Yeah. So this appears to be a kid's room.
Yep. Obviously.
I feel dizzy in here. It's weird. It's almost like this room is in motion. There's like constant motion. I feel like just lots of movement. So being an empath, I feel a lot. That's kind of how this goes for me. Is I just feel a lot of things. I'm wondering how the dreams are. Something about waking up startled. I would be surprised if one slips like a rock, one seems to have lights, like startled. I feel startled in here. Startled and dizzy in here. Very odd in here.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a little weird, for lack of a better term. I just feel disturbed. My sleep is disturbed. My time is disturbed. Waking up and swearing you see something, and then it's gone. It's the sensation I feel in this room. The pacing down the hallway is like a lot of pacing up and down this hallway. What am I feeling? What is that? This is weird. This is this weird combination between dominance, competitiveness, and very, very latent insecurity, like hidden, like way down there. Like it's very hidden, covered up by a lot of intensity. A lot of intensity. And intelligence. Intelligence that's not being appreciated. Even by the actual occupant of the space. Very, very, like, almost like the aura energy in the space, there's a lot of red, meaning like competitive, passionate, driven, focused. There is some physical pain. I'm feeling some back pain in here. A little bit of tightness in my back. Yeah, the back feels crimped up a little bit. Feels a little tight and uncomfortable. You get the feeling like...
It's a big yes on this room, too.
Oh. Okay. Yeah, there's something going on. It's whole, like, there's like this flowing energy. It's almost like a river. It's really weird. That's cool. It's
nice room.
Yeah, nice old room. All right. I'm assuming this is the master?
Yes.
I will save that one for last.
Okay.
I like that advice. Always be yourself unless you can be a unicorn. Then be a unicorn. I'd like to be a unicorn.
We know.
Yeah, definitely would. So the lady is in here. She comes in here and sits and watches, and it's almost trying to protect and keep things at bay. And not to say there's necessarily anything inherently evil. Although the guy that keeps pacing, I don't know what his problem is. He's got a little bit of an attitude, but maybe he's just residual, I hope. But the woman is very active. She says it's my job to tuck everyone in, protect them, check them. So she's a little bit methodical. Definitely something going on in here. God, it's killing me every time I tether into her energy. It's just so tight in the whole chest region.
Is this the same woman you felt at first?
Yes.
Okay.
This is the same lady. I don't know if her hair is pulled back or if it's shorter, but she's just little firecracker a little bit. She's a funny lady. She's a funny gal. I like her. She got a little spice in her, but also a lot of sweetness. It's a beautiful blend. She's focused more on the sweet end of things, not because all she wants to do is help. She's so pissed off for having to have passed, but she's glad that she can help people. Like, her soul feels fulfilled in that she's able to help. That's making her really happy. I feel like there is a smaller energy that's not living in the space. And I'm wondering if it's child or animal. I can't quite quantify it just yet. Because it could be one of each, but I'm wondering like a soul that didn't make it here, was supposed to get here, didn't get here, didn't arrive, or passed soon after arriving. Something small. But I'm seeing like progression of age and size, so I'm wondering if that soul doesn't connect with this soul in here too. That's weird. I don't know. I'm not even sure how to quantify it. I just feel the energy. Maybe I can just feel it. There's definitely some animal souls. Absolutely. Now I can see them.
I was going to ask.
There's absolutely some animals. I think they play with the living animals.
Huh.
I think they creep them. They tease the living animals. A lot of movement. A lot of bouncing around type of energy. Oh, really? Is that so? It's a lot of me talking to the dead, with this. Ooh. Exactly how many empaths do you have in this house? Oh dear. I think we have a sensitive.
You get to it.
I think there's spiritual sensitivity in this space. I think there's a little bit of an inclination to see them, feel them, hear them. It may have, I don't know, sometimes we grow out of these things, sometimes we don't. I didn't. But there's an inclination of sensitivity. But this is not the only soul in the house that can sense them. Others are sensitive, but are starting to become more in denial. This soul still feels them. Maybe doesn't see them as much as well, but definitely feels them.
Approximate age?
I mean, it's clearly a little girl's bedroom.
Yeah,
So I mean,
right.
I don't want to make guesses because there's too much
Well,
there's too much leading information.
Yeah, for sure.
So I'm not one to.
That's a good point.
Yeah. If there's leading information, then I just debunk and throw it in.
Yeah.
I want clean reads of the space.
Absolutely.
But the older woman, well, she's not really older. Hell, I'm 40. She's in her 50s-ish. But the gal, the adult woman, is telling me about the interactions.
I see.
But she's saying that there's this male. He seems a little bit older, 60s, 70s, and he seems to almost have a protective, somewhat structured, kind of military-ish vibe, but not necessarily in the military, but has that kind of regimented vibe, and his like pacing back and forth is almost like it's become like this routine for him. And so he's a bit of a silver-tongued individual, a little bit. He's not evil at all, but he's just pushy and a little bit overt and direct. And so how that would translate ethereally could make people feel just a little bit agitated sometimes randomly without knowing why they're agitated or anxious or feeling just a little bit mild, not mean aggressive, but just a little gentle aggression, agitation type of energy that would come from this older male, because he's he wants things just so, and he wants things done a certain way. And so he's almost like, I get the impression he's not from around here. Like, he's not a California boy. It's kind of how he's putting it. He's like, you California people. He's got this little toot to him. But at the end of the day, he feels like he's doing a job. But there's something cyclical going on, and I think that at least one male in the house is intuitive, and the soul in here is intuitive. So you get that mixed with different age ranges, potential puberty, that kind of stuff. Oh man, it's going to be a soup. Dead people and empaths equal occasional activity from time to time. But it's not like, it's almost like it's like a roller coaster. Sometimes there are dips where it's just very quiet. I feel like there's quiet times.
Yeah.
And then sometimes when everybody's really hectic in the house, activity will pick up.
And that was one of the original claims in the phone call.
Oh, was it? Okay. Yeah, you took the intake.
Yeah,
that's right.
just to clarify, I want to throw that out there.
Okay.
He did say that it was quiet at times.
Okay. Well, thank you for the validation. I like instant validation.
You're right about the animal.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
There's a little bouncy animal going all over the place.
Yep.
It's very hectic, but very sweet.
The hamster.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Hence the smallness.
they are kind of getting into things and looking. Yeah, very cute though. Somebody's got abdominal issues. Like a lot of stomach issues. A lot of digestive stuff going on. I don't know if that's a living or a deceased person though, but it's like reflux and all, like a lot of digestive discomfort.
Anything lower abdomen? That's nice. One reason I asked was when we walked into this room, I got a crunch in the lower abdomen, but I just figured it was the enchiladas.
Yeah, I'm just trying to feel energy. Like, well, one of them I feel like almost like a band. So I'm feeling pancreas, kidneys, liver, gallbladder, all kind of something going on in that region with one of these people. It's kind of weird.
Huh.
So I think we'll go to the master.
All right.
Okay. Oh, I love the bedspread. That's beautiful. The dragonflies. Those almost seem to be purposeful. Of like, oftentimes the dead will show us symbols. They'll give us little things, and it'll become a theme for some reason or another. Like something like a hummingbird or a dragonfly or butterflies or something will always pop up when a loved one is near. And I'm wondering if that doesn't have some sort of tie-in for one of the souls here. There's also, there's the one gal, then there's that older male, but I think now I'm feeling an older female in her 80s, severe back pain. Like a lot of arthritis, a lot of middle back pain, and like middle upper back, really like, locked down. She seems to be a shorter gal. Lots of fire in her. A lot of fun and fire, and she's very particular about family traditions. She's extremely, like, this is how we've always done it, this is how we do it, this is how the recipe looks, this is how you make your bed. This is an extremely detail-oriented woman. Perfectionist type of vibe. And she seems to have like whitish kind of hair. Trying to feel ones. Somebody does not sleep soundly. There is almost periodic insomnia. I have this image of like jabbing, like, shut up, be quiet, and I'm trying to sleep. It's a funny image, and I don't know if that's current occupant or previous occupant, but I just see this image just playing out, like, knock it out. It's kind of amusing.
Kind of like me with my talking when I sleep.
I do have to hit you once in a while. Shut your pie hole. There's this beautiful connectivity in this space. The energy of connectivity is intentionally been worked on. Intentional connectivity. Let's pay attention. Let's communicate. Let's engage. This is important. It's kind of the vibration I feel. This is very important. Normally I would just be sitting on everyone's furniture and beds and stuff, but you know, out of respect for the whole pandemic, I'm not. But I can still feel a lot of the vibe.
Yeah.
Normally when I sit on stuff, I really soak in a lot of energy off of objects. What is that? What I keep seeing, like this rapid heart rate, like almost like a nightmare. Like a really rapid heart rate. I hear things. I hear walking. Hello, puppy dog. Look at the dog, because that's cute. Hello.
Hi, Poopy.
You get your 15 minutes of fame because you're cute. I wonder if it's almost like sounds, like clatters, like little noises.
At the front door or on the walls or?
Both.
Okay. Hello, Poopy. Well, hello.
They're not now.
Do you want to approve me? Oh, that's a lot of energy through your space. It's interesting.
Yeah.
I wasn't necessarily scared, but I did feel startled a lot and overwhelmed in certain spaces, like inundated energetically, like it's almost too much in some spaces for, like, periodically. All of a sudden there'll just be a wave of tons of energy at random times.
Yep.
And it's almost too much to bear. The anxiety, the sleeplessness, the nightmares, and then everybody's fine. And then another wave, and it seems to toggle through people. But that one woman is trying to do a lot of love and protection. Like there's a lot of protective energy coming out of her. So, yeah. I think what we could probably do is maybe get some validation with you guys, talk to you guys a little bit about the actual claims and experiences, and then we can go back through those hot spots that I felt and what you guys actually deem as hot spots based on your actual experiences. And then we can go through those with meters and so forth and see if there's a reason in those particular areas I felt something and that you guys have experiences, why there may be activity, or see if some of the souls that I felt want to interact and if there's any others that might end up coming through. Okay, so now we're just going to have a quick little mini validation, debriefing, hear our clients' experiences moment before we do the meter walkthrough, just to see what I touched on that may have been relevant or made any sense. Also to see what they've had happening and just see how we can help them. How are things going here? What have you been experiencing, and what during my walkthrough or intro, what was resonating or what did I pick up that spoke to you?
So in the first bedroom where you talked about people not sleeping, he wakes up all the time. It comes down to our room.
Okay.
So the second bedroom where you talk about high energy, the kid's got high energy.
Okay.
You talk about.
He's always had sleeping problems in there too, and complained about like feeling things, and he's always had a really hard time. And he's the one who ran through and left because he's like so freaked out about the whole thing. He's like, just sure. Like,
well, I'm gonna fix it.
And talent-wise, like knowledge based on him, where it's like unforeseen. Yeah, and like self-esteem issues and stuff like that, like you were saying. And then with the last bedroom on the left, I mean, she's talked about hearing people talk pretty much since like day one when she could speak.
Okay.
Some of the older kids had stayed in there too, and were like, "No, this room it's not right."
That's the one room that everybody since like day one has said was haunted. Like it was John's bedroom originally, and he swore that it was like super haunted, and he thought he saw the closet door open on its own, and he didn't want to be in there anymore. Yeah. And then it's been hers since, and she's like super calm. She just talks about hearing voices and stuff.
So are you still having experiences with spirits in there that you see or feel or talk to?
Yeah, sometimes it's in my mom's room on the right.
Okay.
And like when I go to sleep there, like I kind of hear like voices in my head saying, "Don't go to sleep."
She talked about that for a couple of years too.
Yeah, and then I go back to my room and then I still hear it, and then I have nowhere to sleep.
The thing with spiritual energy is that even the ones that are trying to help you and the ones that are just being annoying, either way, you can set boundaries and you can tell them, okay, thanks for visiting. You have to go now. I appreciate your help, and you know, you can leave. And you can say that out loud, or you can say that in your mind and can convey that to these spirits. They don't have a right to your energy or your space or to, you know, bother you when you're trying to sleep. I have sensed and felt and heard and seen spirits since I was very little. So I have boundaries now when I'm sleeping, when I'm eating, you know, that kind of stuff. The places I don't want to be bothered, I've set that intention and I've said that out loud. This is when spirits don't bother me. And whatever those times are for you, you can say that. And you're the human, you're the living person. You have the right to set the boundary and say, no, I don't feel like having you visit, and have them back off. And the ones that are trying to be loving and the ones that are trying to protect you, you know, they can do that, but they can do so quietly. They don't have to babble in your ear all the time and give you trouble. So are you comfortable just telling them, no thank you, back off?
Yeah.
Good. You gotta be strong in your own space, right? Just gotta let the spirits know who's boss. And at the end of the day, it is the living. You know, you guys are boss, but when you have intuitives in the house, you'll probably never be paranormal free 100%. But we can turn the volume way down to a manageable level. But as she gets older, activity could have these various peaks, because that's what it was like for me when I was a kid. I would have 6 months with nothing, and then a year of nothing but everything, you know? So it can be that way. So what other kind of things?
It was interesting about the small pet in that bedroom too.
Yeah.
Because we had a hamster die in that room. Not yours. Yours.
Yeah, because I just saw something that was like bouncing around and like a little something just popping around. I was like, what is that?
Yeah.
So that makes sense. And then as far as your room, the energy I felt in there was kind of more broad, but I did feel a little bit of insomnia, a little bit of, it was almost like purposeful reconnection though. Like you guys have been intentionally trying to re-engage one another a little bit, or thinking about it, or should be. Like there's this like purposefulness between the two of you. Like, okay, I see you. I'm gonna talk to you, and I'm gonna listen. It's more like an active participation. So that's kind of the feeling. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So, well, at least you're doing something right? Because the energy's in there. Was there anything else that I touched on? Because I did feel a couple of souls. I know I felt an older woman, I felt a middle-aged woman, and I felt an older male in the space. I don't know where they connect or who they are, but they're definitely here.
I just hope my mom didn't come here.
So.
His mom died when she was 50?
55.
Was she a little bit spicy?
A lot of
you
it.
shouldn't be saying that out loud.
family traditions. Yep.
Oh,
Okay.
there goes doggies.
Okay, because I felt I got both dogs. Because I felt this woman. I felt the particular woman. So how old would she be now then?
Well, 2005 should have been 55. So what's that? 14 years. 16
So it should be 70 now.
Yeah, 70.
Okay, so feeling a
Or
woman.
turning 70 this year.
So feeling a woman in her 70s to 80s. So she was showing me two
You don't
sides
think,
of
you don't
herself.
think it was the other woman in her 50s?
No, I was seeing a woman in her. I was seeing her in her 50s. She presented at her
Oh,
original
so you're
age.
saying it's the same woman?
It's the same woman.
Okay.
She presented herself at two
Okay,
age ranges.
that makes
I
sense.
hate it when they do that.
Mhm.
Dead people. Yeah, because she's very meticulous and perfectionist, this woman. But I also feel that she's trying to protect her. So maybe it's to make amends for being challenging. And sometimes souls have to do homework and go through school, as it were, so they can then become a better, brighter soul. Instead of being such a difficult person in life, they get to release all of that and then choose how to sort of pay their penance. And I think her choice is to protect the vulnerable. I think that's kind of what she's trying to be mindful about. Why does it hurt so bad in my chest? Like I cannot breathe. It's like tight, like anxiety and like it's pressure, a lot of pressure. I don't know if that's coming from her, like physically, manner of death. I'm not sure, but it's all tight from here, literally to like this whole section of my body. Just it ain't right.
I just think our whole house has anxiety.
Okay, so I just be picking up everybody's. So she obviously died young. So that was clearly an unexpected departure.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's just very interesting woman. Very interesting woman. But I really feel like she's desperately trying to make up for things. Like there's a desperation about her. Then the older gentleman, he just seems very interested in walking a path and like popping into rooms and like looking in the doors and peering into the doorways and opening doors and that kind of stuff and just like checking. It's a very OCD behavior with this older soul. I don't know if he's like an ancestral soul or if he's something connected to the house, but he just keeps wandering around. Looking at it. He's not hurting anybody, but he's just like loud.
Don't you think Christopher has OCD? Because Christopher, cousin Christopher, don't you think he has OCD because you thought Lon had OCD?
No.
But I also will feel the energy of living people in the space, by the way. That can happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They
Sure.
don't all have to be dead. I mean, I could feel your guys' energy in your room, for instance.
Yeah.
How you are was palpable as well.
But you said it wasn't somebody from California though either.
Yeah, he seemed a little bit like he wasn't born here. I don't get the impression that he was born in California. That's what he's trying to tell me, or at least that's how he's acting about it. So, and that particular soul in the space, if other people that are living have been here and then in contact with that soul can influence their behavior. That can happen, that sort of energetic exchange, especially younger people if they don't have really good boundaries, that dead people's energy can deposit and their tendencies and behaviors will then end up on a person.
Yeah.
So what experiences, what else is going on in the space? What triggered your call to us?
You go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I think it's up back left room. That one's always been like the.
And it wasn't just like one kid; it was
Yeah.
multiple kids that said
Yeah.
the same thing.
And
it
it's
was
like a weird zone.
Yeah, and so then it became the topic of the house. It was like
our house is haunted.
there's
And then
something going on in
I
here.
happened to listen to the radio one day and I heard about you guys and it was like,
Aw.
you know what? We should just call them just to see.
Yeah.
Because we got multiple kids saying like the same exact thing. Like we should check that out.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, and that's smart of you to do because a lot of parents would just ignore or just blow it off and kind of almost say, oh, that's not happening to you, brush it off. The fact that you're listening to your kids and you're like, oh, and you like figured out there's someone that can actually help you, and you're asking for a little bit of guidance with this. So I applaud you guys for that, taking it seriously and just wanting to make sure that they all feel happy and safe in their space. Yeah. I don't feel scared. I don't feel anything dark. But I do feel like sometimes there could be some, like the sleep issues and the nervousness and maybe a little bit of insomnia and that kind of stuff going on. Some of that's just natural, normal. It's our human body does weird things. It's not all paranormal. Not everything is. But some of it is probably because more than one of the kids is a little bit empathic or intuitive. Mm-hmm. And so when they feel that, it shifts the balance of energy in the space. And not only are you dealing with a couple of souls walking around and poking around, but now you've got all of their energy mulling and like marinating. What it's basically called, it's psychokinetic energy. Our own body has a lot of energy running through it. We're just, there's the little electrical currents that are happening, synapses are firing, all that kind of stuff. And that energy, when it comes to an intuitive or an empath, has been shown and measured that it can come out of or emit from the human body. Mm-hmm. So when you have an empath or a medium or a clairvoyant in the house, and then they get anxious or mad or annoyed or stressed out or something's going on, that energy within them then becomes part of the space, and it becomes like you're walking through their anxiety, their this, their that, and it almost can create an anomaly in the space. And then as they feel better, as they work through their stress, as they calm down and they feel a little more relaxed, then you'll notice it starts to break apart and feel a little bit calmer. Mm-hmm. Is that kind of how you've noticed things happening?
Yeah. She definitely has, she has always had, a connection. She'll see people that the rest of us don't see. I
know how you feel.
Yeah. She said she's stayed in that room the longest. She's like, I've slept in there the longest out of everybody.
It's because you know that they're not going to hurt you. You know that you're stronger than them, and you're just... you've got the control.
It's a scaredy cat.
Yeah, she doesn't ever seem scared. She's always very comfortable for the most part.
Well, you do have a guardian, you have a protector in the space, so that would account for a lot of it. And some people just don't get as scared by it,
She's matter of fact about I was talking to somebody last night, or she's just it just was.
I told Grandma about her.
Especially when I'm playing Fortnite, I get comfortable.
Hey, who wouldn't, right? Well, that makes a lot of sense, and I think that if I haven't already, I definitely want you guys to have the aura protection and grounding documents, and so I'll make sure that I get those emailed to you, because that will be good as a family to learn how to protect and to ground.
Okay.
You've got a budding intuitive.
Yeah.
You need to have safety protocol in place, because otherwise you're going to have a chain of dead people walking through your house eventually. Yeah. Well, so how old is she?
She's 7.
Give it about 5 years, and things are really going to change. Yeah. If I remember oh man, it was interesting. Yeah. So when hormones change, that influences the level of activity around a sensitive significantly. So if you can get the grounding and safety protocol in place now, you'll be golden. You'll be ready to go when the shift starts to happen, and you'll be able to have a lot of safety in place. Because when it comes to spiritual energy and intuitives, it is about just not being afraid, being smart about it, being pragmatic and practical about it, knowing that you have control as a family. Everybody here can say, hey, back off, that feels weird, I don't know. If any of you get woken up by anything that just startles you and you're not comfortable, just be like, yeah, no, I don't think I'm going to do this today. Take off, have a nice day. It's the same if somebody else a living person came in your room and was staring at you. You wouldn't take that. You tell them, no, get out of my face, No anger, no fear. Don't use those emotions, because that feeds negativity and breeds more problems. Just assertiveness. Just, hey, This is how we're doing it. The end. You don't have to be scared. I mean, at the end, you know, nothing here. I don't feel anything violent. I don't feel any violent or scary activity. I don't feel threatened here. I just feel like it's busy. Like,
Makes sense.
busy.
That really makes sense.
Both living and dead. It's just busy. That kind of resonates with you.
Yep. Yep.
And so that can be unsettling sometimes, and it can leave you guys feeling a little wonky.
Because her nickname is Busy.
I might walk all the busy people.
So you walking everybody around in the middle.
Well, you guys can learn together as a family, and I'll make sure that you have the resources to keep this managed, because this will be a work in progress type of management, maintenance type of thing. It's just like, you know, when you get, you know, something new installed in the house, well, like a new stove or something, and then you need to keep it clean and keep the oven clean and do those kind of things. It's just maintenance. It's not, you know, it's not rocket science. It's just good old plain maintenance. And do you feel like that soul that I was explaining, that female, do you feel like it possibly is?
Disturbingly close.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
At least she's trying to do something helpful, right? I mean, that's
Right.
better late than never. So, you know, you gotta be happy for what you get, I suppose.
Yeah.
And the other guy, he doesn't seem to be hurting anything. I think he just really is very regimented. He just wants to...
We'll help him cross over if he needs to.
Yeah, if he needs help crossing over, I'll help him. I don't think he does, though. I think he just wants to,
okay.
like, be on guard.
Huh.
It's very strange. So what we can do is we can take some meters, walk around, see if there's any scientific reasons for what could be happening, and then we'll kind of figure out where we want to go from there.
All right.
Now.
Yeah, we're starting the tier walkthrough.
All right.
So this just all this device does is just detects body heat, so you're alive. That's good. But it detects cold spots too, so it detects warm and it detects cold. So if we get a cold spot where there shouldn't be one, it gives us an idea of where activity might be taking place. So that's the idea behind this device.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it's kind of cool. It's one of my favorite walkthrough devices. So I'm just going to be going room to room here with this little guy. And there are fans. That's probably just from the fan.
I've been just checking the room for errant EMF, and so far, things are okay.
Good. I'll do a tri-field sweep.
Yeah, that'd be a good idea. Did you walk through some of these? Maybe. There's a fan going.
Yeah, let's turn the fan off for a second just to debunk that. Yeah.
They are neat.
I'm still getting cold, so I'm going to reset it. The fan's slowing down now. Reset it and retry it. Because that could definitely be... It's going slow enough now, it shouldn't affect anything. Try it again. Yeah, I'm still getting it. And that fan's not moving at all now.
Okay, so you're walking through somebody then, probably.
Seemed to be. Was there anybody behind me while I was here?
Not just now, no.
Not close enough to tug on my shirt?
Absolutely not, no. We have a distancing rule right now, you know? So no, nobody.
Something just pulled on the back of my shirt.
Okay, so you got a tug and you're getting tear hits?
Yeah.
Alright.
I thought it was one of the kids. That's why I didn't react. I thought it was one.
No, they were not. I've been here the whole time.
If that's one of the spirits in this home, do you want to? We'll just walk up to this device in my left hand. It can sense you, and it's not going to shock you or anything like that. Can you walk up to it? Or are you just
done? You can touch that meter there. Oh,
Whoa.
hello.
Whoa.
Thank you. Are you right here? Are you right in front of me?
Yeah. That looks like you've got somebody there.
And we're getting 2 beeps, which is really unusual. Fan's not going at all.
Yeah. It went off just to prove, like, no,
Yeah,
it's not the stupid
right.
fan, dude.
Can you touch that again for me?
We just want a validation. We're not here to hurt you. Are you the female spirit I felt? Can you walk up to it just to validate who you are?
Can you give me another beep on this device?
Let's touch mine.
Did the temperature alarm go off on that just now?
Yeah. Are you the male spirit that's just doing guard duty? Maybe you can touch that meter in Brent's hand right there.
Are you getting mailroom hits?
Sir, I don't know Morse code. Can you help me out?
Huh.
Something goes over there.
Right when I swung the camera on it too, and this doesn't.
No, it doesn't affect temperature like
No.
that, and especially not cold.
No, and that light doesn't put out any heat at all. It's LED.
Yeah. All right. So, are you the older male spirit that's doing guard duty?
I'll just set that down on the bed, and if you want to walk up to it that way, you don't have to walk so close to me. Social distancing with ghosts.
Oh, come on now. Those are the ones we don't have to social distance from. We're...
Do you want to set off either of these meters on the bed for us? Facial recognition's jumping all over the place. There's no reason for that. Can you reset that just to... Yeah. I think it keeps going off. We'll wonder why.
Can you come back?
Don't be afraid. We're just here to document you and offer you any help that you might need.
I feel quiet now.
Yeah. It's
I
like...
feel completely tranquil. It like also went shift.
Huh. And it's
Maybe it
just
was
gone.
us.
I think we go to the next room.
You got it. That was fairly
I
good.
pissed this one off.
Yeah, of course.
Move it and make it mad.
That's just... I'm going to reset.
Put it right.
Did I just get something? But that might have been you beeping.
That was my own me.
What am I getting?
I don't know. I'm right here. Oh.
And you got a
Periscope
static hit, yeah. Is that you?
Okay, now we gotta figure out who you is.
Yeah.
We got a dog. You want to pet it?
Is it the same spirit from the other room? Just now?
I don't think so. I think it's the woman.
Are you the woman?
Ma'am, can you come forward? I know you're a little bit spunky, but... Oh, yeah. That's a nice hit.
There's nothing there that should be causing that either. The window's not open.
Yeah. It's... Yeah, the fan's off, everything.
Yeah,
That's...
fans off.
Yep. Oh, she does it. She's like, yes, I am real. Would you stop doubting me? Knock this doubting me off.
Right in front of me.
She is not. She's a fussy one. And she's like, I am real. Like, look. Oh, see, I am real. I'm a real soul. Stop telling me that you can debunk me, because I will not be debunked. I'm here to protect the kids and let me do my job. I'm gonna let you do your job. I promise. I will. There's another hit on there. I promise I will let you do your job. You're doing a great job. I know you're trying to make up for some things. I understand that.
I gotta reset.
Okay.
Is it your way or the highway most of the time?
She's trying to learn from that. She's trying to learn, yeah. I would say
Well, that was interesting.
that's an acknowledgement. She's trying to
Yeah.
learn from her past, and she's just trying to be helpful now. I know I'm still a fussy woman, but I'm trying to help. That's kind of her what I'm gauging from her.
Yeah.
I put the meters down there thinking that maybe,
Jeez.
maybe the animal spirit could
Yeah.
run through them or something, but we're busy with a little gal here.
Yeah. Well, thank you for interacting with us. We appreciate it.
You can touch the other meters. They're fun. She seems to like that one.
Yeah.
She's like, well, you're kind of
Well,
cute.
I can put it on the floor. Jeez.
I wouldn't. She really kind of likes you.
I was gonna like, she'd put it on the floor and it goes crazy.
Like, no!
No, my toy.
Yeah, she seems to be happy with what you got going on there.
Huh. Well, that's good. And this was the room with the
activity.
the activity, yeah. So
and we're getting the most hits in here.
Absolutely.
Because I also had the periscope on the chair earlier, and it did go off. So
yeah.
we're getting.
Well, I'm going to take some.
Getting a lot of activity in here.
I'm going to take some measurements with the elf and the tri-field.
I think that would be a good idea.
Yeah.
So why don't we do that?
All right.
Okay.
We have an elf meter.
It does not detect elves.
It actually stands for extremely low frequency, but I like to call it the elf meter because it's fun.
It is.
We are nerds after all.
Yeah, we are.
Well, thank you for interacting with us. All right. Do you want to do the master bedroom, or do you just want to grab the other meters?
I'll go in there with these while you're.
Okay. I'll set the tier down. Jeez.
Getting your
What
other.
I'm gonna reset.
Right.
She's gonna follow me around now.
She might. She kind of likes you. You seem to have a friend.
See that?
You've got friends.
Well, I'll just set that down there. Feel free to play with that if you want. All right.
Oh. Hello.
You're getting static hits.
I know. I saw that. There's some stuff going on here.
Yeah, I would say so.
Wow. Go ahead and get the.
Okay,
Get
well, that's
the
interesting. Well, very interesting, Bob.
It's no big deal. Totally fine. Okay, I'm gonna put the periscope back in the chair.
Yeah. Static and RF gain over the bed, but then it just goes back down to 0.
Well, that would explain.
Oh, is it the cell phone?
I don't know.
Are we debunking on the cell phone? Let me see. You want to grab that cell phone for me? You want to get that out off the bed? Thanks.
Here, move your foot. Move your foot.
Sorry. So now that, and I'm still getting the anomalies.
Well, yeah, this is the bed of an empath. You're not gonna
61 volts per meter,
This
right
is
over
what
the pillow.
This is what I'm saying. So what we need to do,
That's that part of it's that cord. That's a lightning cord.
but it's not plugged in at all. So I'm just debunking if there's any pillows that are
0.195.
Are any of the pillows electrical in any way?
I don't think so.
Do you see how it goes down to 0.1? We're still getting high static,
Okay.
but no radio signal. And then the radio signal will just jump. It went from 0.01 to 0.095.
That's different.
Yeah.
And I am on airplane, by the way.
1.225 RF gain right there. So that's basically picking up on her psychic energy.
Yes.
And we're documenting that.
I would agree.
Yep. All right.
Because we checked, there's all these are just pillows, or
Yeah,
they're not.
for sure. Well, that's good evidence. So that, you're saying that she's empathically gifted. I'm feeling it just from hearing her talk, and there's the numerical proof of it, and that's what we do.
Very good. That was kind of awesome.
You're giving off 2.25 milliwatts per meter squared.
Give me the elf. I want to measure.
You're gonna measure the top of her head, aren't you?
Okay.
What did it say? I can't get.
0.4,
Yeah.
0.3, 13 volts per meter. She was up to a 0.4. Yeah.
Your brain gives off radio signals.
You're exciting.
You are. That was pretty interesting. What's beeping?
For now,
Oh. Well, let me get in there with that.
0.6.
Hello?
Yeah, there's just a lot of energy in here.
Yeah, there sure is.
Between her and the deceased souls, there's a lot of... We just need to tamp it down a little.
Yeah. It's funny, like, you were getting a lot of just your own reads in here, but we're not getting a lot of evidence in here.
Well, it's human. It's living human energy.
For sure.
That's why.
That's why. It makes sense.
Airplane.
It
So.
went to orange.
Oh, it did. Well, where did it go to orange on?
In my room.
Oh.
Right here.
She's probably setting it off.
Yeah.
I put it right here and then it turned orange.
Okay. That's pretty good. And now it's quiet. I think that was probably the old lady. Older. Well, she's not that old. 50s. I called her an old lady.
Well, she's older now.
Yeah, that's true.
Numerically. Why am I getting 20 volts per meter right here?
Because there's a panel.
Oh, okay.
Debunk.
Yes. That.
Yep.
Quite a good debunk.
Yep. Alrighty. What do you want to do next?
Regroup and figure out
All right.
what other layers they.
Let's grab the meters.
So, I have degloved because I do want to make energetic contact and physical contact with the holy water and the surfaces. I did not touch any of the clients. Like I normally anoint and do a little Reiki on them.
We have a silent film of you
Yeah.
flinging holy water at the clients.
Yeah, and my hands are very well sanitized.
Yeah.
But I did just droplet sprinkle instead.
That worked.
I chose a different route because of the time that we're in right now.
For sure.
I do have to protect every client from energy when we're doing a cleansing, so I wanted them to have that energetic space and the actual blessing. But no laying on of hands right now. That's just not the time that we're in. So when in doubt, you just get creative and you make adjustments.
Yep.
There is a cat meowing at me at the door.
I think you can let him in if it's the black one.
Hi, kitty. I should probably bless the cat. So I'm gonna go bless the cat real quick.
All right.
Nothing. Cross this threshold does not apply. Have to bring light and love into the space. Because that is all that is welcome in this home, is love, light, and positive energy. Nothing harmful may be here. And I do mirrors too. Anything that is sort of a entrance.
Yeah.
Yeah, I ordered this from France. Because I want the absolute best for every client. You guys need to be safe and protected. Only positive energy may dwell in this space. You are not of love, light, and healing energy. You must now exit this space. Only the light of the angels is welcome in this room, in this home, around this family. You are not allowed to disturb them in any way, shape, or form. They are now protected by the light. Light protection. Love and light is welcome in this home. If you are not of love, if you are not of light, you may not dwell in this space. And love and light and healing energy is welcome in this home. Light is welcome in this space. And I know you want to protect her. Try to be a little calm about it, okay? You may stay here and do your loving protection and take care of her. But please don't creep people out. And try to be polite.
Let people get their sleep.
Yeah, just allow them to sleep and you can protect. I don't mean to wake them up, I'm sorry.
That was the photographer running into the wall.
Don't do that. Not remain in this space. My love and healing energy is welcome in this home. Light, healing is welcome in this space. Meow. Hello. Meow. Meow.
Hi.
Meow. spiritly blessed feline. Layer 1.
Ready to do the smudge?
Remain here. Only love, only light may remain in this space. If you are not of love, if you are not of light, you are called to leave this space. You are to respect the boundaries of the family and to only bring positivity in this space.
Yeah, it does keep shining too. We need to go get some. Let me first turn it on.
Shouldn't
It's rebuilt.
Light and positive energy.
walk in there like you can't believe it.
So, same with the holy water, I take the smudge and go through all the corners and
Okay.
get it all over basically the smoke all over the place so the energy can lift.
Well, the fan will help you.
Yeah, the fan will actually help. The thing with smudging is this has been used, since like the days of the Egyptians.
Yeah.
Right.
This is a very long-standing thing that's been done with tribes and just for eons. So it's good for them. Seems to
Yeah.
work. Got to clear the energy in this room. There's a lot of anxiety in here that I've got to do something about. Because smudging not only takes care of balancing the energy of the deceased, but it also levels out living energy.
Absolutely.
And because we have a couple of sensitives in the house, we would like to lower the chance of psychokinetic problems.
Yeah.
Only healing energy is welcome here. Okay. Okay. Because this is the room that needs the heavy hit.
Oh, yeah.
I hope I don't set the detector off. Alright, so you gotta have boundaries in here. You have to let her sleep, you have to let her relax. You cannot cause her stress. You cannot wake her up if she doesn't want to be awoken. Respect her boundaries, okay? Closet. Positive energy is welcome in this space. Healing energy is permitted in this home. If you want to have love and light, you are now commanded to leave, and only light and love and positive energy may remain in this space. This is a space of healing and love. Any other energy is now instructed to leave and to dissipate. I get a free smudge every time.
You do.
I feel that when you're doing something ceremonial, meant to bring healing and bring forth light, following proper protocol, actually, to me, somewhat has, it matters. You can't necessarily totally botch it, per se, but you should go into it with intent to fix and to heal. So I just get a little methodical with it because I really want to bring forth healing. And you've got smudge too.
Used to being smudged, I think.
Okay, I'm going to go sprinkle the remains of this outside on your driveway now.
Okay.
Create a property.
It
barrier.
seals the property.
That's correct.
My abalone shell is well used.
Yeah, that's why you got access to more.
I do, but this one feels good. It has its own patina.
Yeah.
A lot of healing from this particular one.
Yeah.
Oh man, yeah, I would say that we helped validate for them that they were truly having experiences, that they weren't making it up or it wasn't in their head. They just simply were having paranormal experiences that they didn't know what to do with. And now with a little bit of information and empowerment and knowledge, they can go forth much more peaceful outlook. I feel good about this.
Good job.
Thank you. You too.
Thank you.
And successfully during this whole coronavirus time, as we're now deeper into phase 2, and we're getting to where we're able to get and do some stuff with some safety protocols. I think we did well with being mindful of their spiritual and also their physical needs, keeping the distance, doing all the proper stuff that we need to do, and not being, all normally we like to hug our clients and do all of that, and that's just not part of what we're doing right now. But we're still able to provide healing, and that makes my soul very happy. That we can live our mission, but still be good citizens. So, on to the next.